I'm a man of honor. Now prepare the butt plugs. Don't defy me. Or you'll face the wrath of weirdly, reflecting man.
So I warned Michael before.
You're welcome, honey.
I warned Michael before we started this that it might be a little loopy, because I'm running off of zero sleep, and I snuck a makeshift screwdriver into the movie theater. The drink, not the tool.
Oh, yeah. That's how they get you. It's like, I brought my screwdriver for this movie. We're gonna fix this shit up. Symbolic.
And my cocktail did come in quite handy to help me cope with the slow, overall, underwhelming dullness
Fuck this pointless movie.
of this film. But the reason why I'm cracking up is because there is one line that Dakota Johnson says towards the end that keeps playing in my head that is just so absurd.
Just looks at her dead in the eye. It looks him dead in the eye. It's like, you're a man of honor. And you just immediately go. And we both just start laughing.
I had to restrain myself. I was ready to let out an all-out roar of laughter at that line. Christian, you're a man of honor.
Not as much as my left testicle.
It's just so absurd because what about the events that take place in this stupid story lead...
calling this a story is pretty fucking generous.
Yes, lead Dakota Johnson's character to believe that Christian is a man of honor.
You can't do it, can you? You just can't get through it.
I really can't. So I'll get the ball rolling.
Well, the good news is we're finally done with these stupid movies.
Freedom! Liberation! Yay!
That's what freed really fucking means in
Yes!
this movie.
Yes!
So
Now that is euphoria, more gratification than any film in this trilogy let any of its audience feel.
Yeah, although it's still that stupid montage, and it's like, oh fuck, I don't care, let me leave, let me go home.
Yeah, we just saw the second one last year, and
I don't need a flashback, it's not Lord of the fucking Rings.
Seriously.
Even that didn't have a flashback. Oh god, I mean, was this better or worse than the last one?
I think it might be slightly better.
Like by an inch.
Yeah.
At least more happens. But
more happens.
Only by a little bit.
More happens and it's not as long.
How long was the last one?
It felt much longer than this.
Yeah, this is true. Oh, fucking hell. I mean, what do you fucking want from me, people? It's 50 Shades Freed. Of course it's not gonna be a good fucking movie. It's more like it's the same stupid bull. Actually, it goes to something extremely stupid bullshit. That's like, really? This is where we're going with this? Alright, whatever.
The first, 15 minutes or so of it is travel porn.
Travel porn mixed with wedding porn.
Yes.
Because it starts out with the wedding of the century. Oh! And again, it comes down to, I always forget how dumb these character names are every time I see one of these movies. So when he starts with Anastasia Steele. That's a porn name. That's a stripper name. Anastasia Steele's not a lead character name in a movie.
Nope.
Or in book series, or whatever the fuck it is. And then they go to Paris, and it's just like, oh, look how in love we are. Love, 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 love.
And then they go to one of what looked like one of the Grecian Isles.
And Paris, and so on and so forth. And then she acts surprised that he has a private jet, which is like, why are you surprised? And more importantly, how have you not seen this?
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. If I'm gonna go, I could be here all goddamn day. But it's more like watching an actress work with a plank of wood from Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
What's Ed, Ed, and Eddie?
Oh, it's an old Cartoon Network show, but basically one of the characters had this like imaginary friend who's just a piece of wood with a smiley face drawn on it.
Okay.
I forget the name of it, but someone's gonna tell me in the comments. I think it's called like Stick or something like that.
Okay.
Anyway, so it's more like they have no goddamn chemistry, and the movie's trying so hard to convince you that they have all this amazing chemistry.
And I guess if this is important to you, if you're a fan of these films, there are more sex scenes in this one than there are in the other two.
This is true. They all last about 5 fucking seconds and stop when they just start to get interesting.
Yeah.
But it's more like, it's like, okay, now we're getting fuck!
And you actually wanted to see Jamie Dornan's penis.
I don't want to see it, I just think equal rights. Because I'm just saying, like, look, they show her pubic hair, they show her tits all goddamn day in this movie. Show some dick. Equal rights. I think it's only fair.
Well, there was a equal right butt cracks. So.
That's not equal rights. I've been showing men's butt cracks. They showed the room had butt cracks in it, all right? That's not equal rights. I want dick and balls.
Coming from the straight man in a relationship.
Whatever, you know what? If Game of Thrones can have dick and balls, then, you know, fucking 50 Shades Free, the one you expect dick and balls from, does not have any dick and balls.
Yeah, the trailers and advertising campaign have said you don't want to miss the climax.
Oh, it's funny because we never see a fucking climax.
We don't.
Not once. And like the kinkiest to get, it's orgasm denial, and they fucking Max is like, oh, how dare you do that to me? Oh, that's so embarrassing. Like, that wasn't love, that was revenge. It's like, oh, fuck off. Like, do you want to get the spanking again? Because apparently that was too much for you last time. Ooh.
At least orgasm denial can be fun foreplay.
Yeah, you can be like, yeah. But like that's as really as kinky as it fucking gets. There's a whole thing like get the butt plugs out, and they never fucking show it. This movie it's all for fucking show. It's all for show. This movie doesn't have any balls, ironically. You know what? You promised me rampant sex and hedonism, deliver some goddamn sex and hedonism. You know what? Let's get biblical. Let's get weird. But no, there's none of the fun stuff. You never see any of the fun stuff. Other than that, it's this stupid bullshit drama, quote unquote, for an hour and 45 minutes. And it fucking drags.
It does. In preparation for this, I watched a Screen Junkies video where they talked about and listed films that are sexier than these movies. And one of the Screen Junkies writers made a joke about how one of the movies that on their list, 9.5 Weeks, how that movie had a sex choreographer. That wasn't the joke. The joke was, how do you do that? Do you go thrust 1, 2, 3, thrust 1, 2, 3?
Like, that wasn't even that. This is like amateur. This is like made at home porn like style of cinematography. Is like a slight touch of.
It's very softcore. I mean, I've never watched porn, but even I can tell that this is softcore.
Well, it's got nothing against, Ass Monsters 9, Return of the Sludge.
I'll take your word for it.
That's not a real one. Don't take my word for that.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd rather watch like Cockbusters or
The Dark Cock Rises.
The Dark Cock Rises or Cockfather Part 1 and 2. Not 3 though. That 3 just kind of really took a nosedive. No pun intended. But like when a movie's idea of sexy involves like look at what I could do with ice cream and shit like that, it's like fucking hell.
At one point he starts wiping ice cream on her hoo-ha, and I just couldn't help but think that's gonna give her a fucking yeast infection.
No, because he's a man of honor. You wouldn't do that. He's got a code with his no personality. Like, I'm so fucking glad these movies are fucking done.
Me too.
I'm so glad I'm something done with these fucking things. Unless they adapt the Grey Book, which I don't know.
I didn't even know that existed until you mentioned it on our way in.
I only found out about it from watching people talk about this movie. But I didn't watch too much because I didn't want to spoil the surprises that this movie had in store for me.
Were you surprised?
No! Not even a fucking little! Because like this one like tries to have like more actiony sequence in it, and it's laughable how badly it's done. It is like it's so bad.
And the twists I called right away.
Oh, like you can't figure this shit out. It's fucking Skyfall, not Skyfall. The last James Bond movie. Spectre, yeah, it's the same fucking twist that was in that movie. Hey, you know this childhood friend you had a really long time ago? Hey, now he's the villain. Ooh. I use the term villain loosely here. Because, like, the biggest action sequence this stuff has is, like, the car chase at the beginning, which is so pathetic. It is, like, the most pathetic car chase. Of, like, you have someone tail him, lose him, and it's Anastasia Steele, which I can't believe I have to say that name out loud. Having to, like, bob and weave through traffic to lose these people, and it's pathetic, because they're fighting through traffic. That's their hardcore action sequence. You know how they get away? They flash their lights and honk their horn.
Mm-hmm.
That's their idea of an epic, like, chase scene.
Apparently.
And then you get the Breaking Dawn twist of, oh no, she's pregnant in this movie.
Well, this is Twilight fanfic.
Yeah, which makes sense. Oh, there's no vampires or werewolves.
Nah.
Which is kind of disappointing, really. That would have been a fucking twist.
Yes.
And
it would have made more sense.
Sadly, kinda. And it's more like they're talking, and then immediately she's like, I'm pregnant. He immediately goes like, how could you do this? How dare you get pregnant? How dare you have a uterus and a womb? I'm gonna sulk and do my best Dark Knight impression in the shower.
And I made the joke, leaned over towards you when it came to that, and made the joke, I want your womb empty so I can pound you all the time. Pretty much
like he wasn't doing that anyway. It's more like, if I have to explain to you why Christian Grey is a bad person and want to fall in love with, I can't fucking help you. That's how I feel at this point. We had 3 fucking narcissistic, controlling, manipulative, to insane degrees.
Yep.
To say, like, do I really need to go through all the... I'm still gonna. Like, do I really... Like, if I need to point out to you why this is a bad thing, you have your own fucking problems.
That's why it's ridiculous that she calls him a man of honor.
It's like, even, like, nowadays, with today's modern culture around this kind of topic, it's like, this feels like, even by now, by these standards, this is getting pretty out of date. After the whole, after all the rise of sexual harassment and allegations, all that stuff, like, you know, maybe it's just not the right time to release this movie, if ever.
But they were contractually obligated. So.
Yeah, no, you can tell nobody wants to be here.
Yep.
Like, there was all kinds of characters in movies, like, I forgot you existed, There was a point of a character that's apparently in the other 2 movies. I looked at him the first time he was on screen and go, who are you? And because I completely forgot he was in the other 2 movies. It wasn't until they showed the flashbacks, it was like, oh yeah, he was in the other one, wasn't he? I guess so.
Which character?
It was like the guy who, like, finds all the security stuff on the bad guy.
Yeah, I spaced on that too.
And my first, like, wait, who the fuck is this guy? I was like, oh, I guess he was in the other movies.
Okay.
Alright, whatever. It's probably for the best, so he can have a career after all this. This is not going on his resume.
I would certainly hope not.
But, like, even the movie fucking starts them like them having their honeymoon on the beach, and they're on a nude beach.
But Christian doesn't want his bride to be nude.
And she's like, fuck it, I'm taking my thing away. And he's like, cover yourself up. And it's like, throws a towel at her. And it's like, I don't want people gawking at you.
There's like, that line again.
Yeah, there's that line. And it's like, well, like, there's nobody fucking here watching. It's like, there will be, like, nosy paparazzi. No one ever follows him around. Except for the bad guys.
Yeah.
The paparazzi could not give a shit about this man. And why would he? Like, I kept having, like, Dr. Cox in Office Space play in my head of going, like, what would you say you do here? Because you never see him work. I never get told what he does. We just know he's really, really rich. And people really, really like him for reasons.
Yeah,
it's kind of like an action movie when everyone else has to tell you why their character is cool rather than actually show you. Because even, like, I know, sorry, I'm doing most of the talking here.
Oh, no, it's fine. Like I said, I'm
a man of honor, so if you want to chime in at any point on this.
It's just absurd. I'm granted, I think it's shorter than the last one, so it has that going for
It
it.
feels like it, but not by much.
Not by much, no. If you are going to watch this and you are a casual viewer like myself, I recommend bringing booze. It helped. But ordinarily, I don't day drink. This was just an exception to get through.
Yeah,
this.
I did it too. Yeah, I gave me scotch.
Yes. I mean, it was only a shot. So,
It's still better than nothing.
yeah.
When I haven't eaten anything today, I was like, all right, feeling it quickly.
Same here, which is
Yeah.
why I'm a little loopy. So they go on their honeymoon. They get back from their honeymoon, cutting it short when
No, yeah, because we got the Mission Impossible scene that comes out of nowhere.
when they find out that Jack Hyde from the sexual harassment dude from the last movie,
Who apparently has unlimited resources.
and yet complains that his life is ruined and that he needs $5 million.
Yeah, but he could apparently make $500,000 bail, which my first thought was, how?
I was curious about that too. It's like,
Like, 'cause they never explain it.
No.
They say, how do you make bail? He just made bail because magic. It was like, bitch, he does not have $500,000.
if you have $500,000 to spare, what do you need with $5 million?
Seriously, like, he could probably do fine. You know, he'd probably be fine for at least a little while. But no, he's all haggard and like, you ruined my life, and I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna like ruin your life, and it's pathetic. It's pathetic how this goes.
So the big reveal, if you can call it that, is that Jack Hyde could have been adopted by the Greys, who adopted Christian. So Jack Hyde feels like he got the short end of the stick because he didn't get the life that he deserved because he's smarter and he has more balls.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Well, that's what he said in the movie.
Yeah, I know. God damn it. I mean, like, really just listen out the stupid things that happen in this movie and going, that was stupid. Like, first off, the Jack storyline seems like it's wrapped up in the first, like, I don't know, half hour to an hour of the film.
I commented on that in the theater as like, well, that story got resolved quickly.
It's just like the last fucking movie when they had that stupid thing with the girl, and that got wrapped up really quickly, and it's more like, this movie doesn't know how to fucking run a plot.
Nope.
And it's like, it's not like I'm expecting it to.
Nope.
In a movie like this, where like, but no, we gotta kind of see is like, the Kiki gets like handcuffs. That's really the most it gets. And it's like, dude, you have all kinds of shit in there. I feel like you're holding out on us here. Get some horsetails, get a saddle, go for a ride. Give me something, just give me something out there, you know?
I mean, we didn't even see them do reverse cowgirl.
At the very least, even the fucking Michael Bay movie gave me reverse cowgirl.
Which Michael Bay?
The one that had Mark Wahlberg and The Rock.
Didn't see that. Okay.
I'm blanking on the name, but I'm
Pain and Gain?
Pain and Gain. Yep, that was
Okay.
it. Yep. That movie's better than this.
I believe that. Michael Bay maybe, I don't know, not the greatest director of all time, but at least he's entertaining.
That's debatable, but Pain and Gain was more entertaining, I'll give him that.
I imagine it was more entertaining than this.
Oh god, yeah.
Except that one closing line. And she says it with such sincerity.
Also, like, can we wrap this the fuck up? As more, and then, oh no, that's what kills me. They get lines like after the whole God forbid the bikini scene. He goes like, "Why do you keep defying me?" That's the word he uses, defying. Like he's a fucking James Bond villain or an evil overlord.
Well, he is the evil overlord of her.
Yeah, exactly. And he's played as a romantic protagonist. There's like, I can't fucking help you people. Like, that's what's so frustrating about this. Like, if you honestly think it's romantic, I can't fucking help you. Like, there's something wrong with you. Not you. I'm using you as a portal to other people. Like the people, like women's like going, oh, ooh, like at this movie's like you got fucking problems. It's a I can fix him mentality, and he does much against his will.
I can change him part 3.
I can change, yeah, fucking pretty much. And he keeps using that word, like, you keep defying me. It's so frustrating. You won't listen to my commands. Why won't you let me dominate you? That might as well have been a line.
Why don't you do as you're told?
Yeah, that's a fucking line. That's an actual fucking line.
Yep.
God damn it. And you just shit just keeps happening. Of like, he'll do something, like, she'll do something that, oh, God forbid, man, I go with his wishes. He gets angry about it.
Like, go out for a drink after work with one of her friends that she hasn't seen since she got married.
Yeah, or even just not change her name on her email immediately.
Because her professional name is her maiden name.
Yeah, which is, okay. There's like, how dare, are you ashamed of me? How dare you not? Because it's not just he finds out about, like, a while ago. He finds out that same day. And is immediately on her ass about it. Like, how dare you not do this thing for me? And then she's made to look like the bad guy. It's fucking stupid.
Extremely.
And then, like, again, yeah, like, the point where, like, now, granted, I can kind of see where he's coming from this, but their response was still ridiculously overblown. Where, like, after they find out this Jack guy is after him, like, okay, whatever. And then she gets a text from one of her friends, like, let's go for drinks. We haven't gone for drinks in a long time. So he says, okay, we'll go out. I'll leave after work. So she goes to get drinks after work. And he goes like, I told you to come straight home after work. Why didn't you tell me? No, he doesn't even do that. He pouts. He pouts and he mopes. And she's made to look like the bad guy in the situation. Whereas, like, no, she's perfectly fine. You're just an overacting asshole.
Yep.
And the next day is like, the orgasm denial is used as revenge. Like, this is how you make me feel all the time. Frustrated. And Kaventa was like, bitch, please. Maybe you know with spanking again. Apparently that was too much last time.
Back in movie 1.
Back in movie 1. And this one is still sort of like, Red, oh, how could you do that to me? Oh, this is such a big deal. Like, girl, lady, grow a fucking pair of balls. Because, like, if that's really too much for you, again, I can't fucking help you. It's called seriously, orgasm now can be a very fun activity. It's not that big of a deal. It's really not. You know, like, just it makes it a little more fun. You stretch it out.
It makes it more intense.
Literally and figuratively, you stretch it out.
Yes.
And you people have, your standards are fucking ridiculous, people. Standards are fucking ridiculous. Now, I don't think I've gotten, like, as mad in this movie as I did with, like, Peter Rabbit.
Thank you for not making me see that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Granted, I feel like I was more mad at that, like, the situation that got me to go see the fucking movie than the actual movie itself. Because of, you know, just the journey to actually go see the damn thing.
Yes.
Just put me in a bad mood going into it. This one was pretty stress-free, so, like, I was like, ugh. I set my alarm for this fucking thing.
Well, I got up earlier. So.
Yeah, you did. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Well, you had planned something today, too. So.
I did. If we didn't do this, then I would have gotten up at 8 instead of 5.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, and let's talk about the fucking evil plan here. This ridiculous fucking plan. Because we were talking about it briefly. I want to talk to the details and just like, you did not think this through. So, the whole thing, it's like towards the end, Jack gets out on bail. Somehow!
We don't know how. We don't know where this $500,000 comes from.
This magic $500,000 that he magically obtains, which I guess may have been through blackmail, but there's no way he could have blackmailed anyone because he didn't have access to the tapes while he was in prison. So that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
No. Kind of a flimsy plot point there.
Oh, that's the whole plot point is incredibly flimsy. Because not only that, apparently there was like no one monitoring him while he's out on bail. Even though, again, he held someone at like knife point, and there were 2 witnesses to this.
Armed assault and battery.
Oh, that was the killer part too. It's like that part they said like he's trying to post bail by saying that oh, you were the one that came on to him and you wanted it all along. He was the one that tried to break it off and you denied it. It was like, again, in today's culture, maybe this should have been cut. Oh, fucking hell. But anyway, so Hillplot's like, after he gets out on bail, he calls up Anastasia Steele, and it's so hard to take seriously, and it says like, I have your sister-in-law. If you ever want to see your sister-in-law again, you want to get $5 million and give it to me at this so-and-so located, and like in this so-and-so. Like,
in less than 2 hours, bring it in cash, don't tell anybody.
it's like, my first thought was like, how would he know if she told anyone? Especially when like security guys right outside. They're like, there's no one watching.
Nah.
You just wait till I get the car and just think, oh, by the way, he's blackmailing him. Go call my husband, go take care of this. Because that's exactly what fucking happens. He's only got like, what, one agent to keep an eye on things? Mm-hmm. And even then, it's like, there's so many ways he could have just like, hey, by the way, this is happening. Go deal with this. Because that's exactly what happens. He ends up getting a phone. He has to draw $5 million from the bank. And honestly, and yeah, that brings up some fucking questions. And you know what Jack forgot to bring to all of this? A gun. He forgot to bring a gun or any weapon to go, hey, maybe I can do something to protect myself. Or I don't know, pat her down to make sure she doesn't have a gun. Because guess what? She did bring a gun, and dumbass gets shot.
In the leg, and Christian's response is, you should have aimed higher.
Fair enough. But that's okay, because now they're ready to be parents, and now they're a happy, married, and healthy couple.
Yeah, now...
Because that child's not fucked.
After Christian worries about losing her because Jack beat her up before she shot him. After that, then he has a change of heart and wants to have their baby and blah blah blah. They fuck happily ever after.
And not before you have scenes of him coming drunk. He's like, the baby's gonna take you away from me. It's like, are you fucking 4?
I think, in terms of his emotional maturity, yes, I think he is 4.
And his acting is so bad. His acting is so painful to watch. And it's like, this is the guy. He just has a like you kind of want to go and be like, just a little bit.
But he's a man of honor.
He's a man of honor. And at the very end, they have this whole big long conversation of her. Like I said, it turns out we were in the same foster family together. That's why he thinks that he was angry at me. Which, yeah, that didn't come up with the second movie at all.
Nope.
Feel like it would have at some point.
Kind of came out of nowhere here.
Yeah, and then says like, I could have been like him. And she goes like, don't say that. You're a man of honor.
And that's where I just started busting up laughing.
Well, like, it's great. Well, because you start when like doing the last one, I start laughing, then you start laughing, and we're just like both laughing assholes in this theater.
Yes.
Trying to be quiet because no one else is laughing.
And trying to contain my volume. I was literally.
But as soon as we got out of the theater, you just like fell on the floor.
Almost. I stumbled out of our theater literally and just erupted in a roar of laughter at that fucking line.
Oh man.
Any Twitter members of the small YouTube channel.
Small YouTube army. Yeah.
Yes, hashtag man of honor. LOL.
Alright. I'll see what I can do.
Get that trendy.
Sweet hashtag man of honor. Friends, link that make that the description for the review.
Yes. Because that was the highlight of this movie. Because
your highlight was your reaction to that line. That was made that moment for me.
Glad I could help.
It did fucking help. I mean, like it's one of those, at this point, like, I don't know what else I could fucking say about it other than just talk about more stupid things that happened. There's a clothing montage at one point. One of the characters I completely forgot about gets engaged.
Anna's friend Kate gets engaged to Christian's adopted brother. But I will give them this smidgen of credit. That character's proposal was a million times better than Christian's was
That's
in,
true.
in the last
I honestly
movie.
don't even remember it.
Share my life with me.
That was it. Yeah, I completely forgot about that fucking line.
I didn't. That line sucked. So
It's better than I'm 50 Shades of Fucked Up.
you remember that from the first movie, damn.
It's kind of a hard line to forget. Because of... Really?
Yes, it's what
Because they don't say that with like the smugness you'd think it plays it straight. That's what they're like, man.
that's what they call in the biz an on the nose piece of dialogue.
At least the first one had good cinematography.
Yes.
This one couldn't give less of a shit.
This one first bit was travel porn.
Then it's like wannabe porn. And then it turned softcore porn with the same style of crappy music too.
Oh my god, that cover of James Brown's I Feel Good made me cringe, and not for any positive reason.
Yeah, I felt your soul die a little bit when that song started playing.
James Brown must be rolling in his grave.
I know I'm forgetting so much shit I could talk about if I wanted to. I know, like, one part I found, like, genuinely kind of disturbing. Just, like, if you were sitting there actually witnessing this, it's like, dude, where's this going? There's a part when they get back on the private plane again, because it's like, I just want to see my friends. So his solution is, again, to control her life, just bring all her friends to them.
That thought crossed my mind as well, yes.
And then, like, the part that killed me is, like, after the whole proposal thing, they're on the plane later, and the brother says something like, he's like, and then Christian goes like, well, I just, not all of us are, no, I remember what it was. It was saying like, you get this idea from one of your exes? Like, well, not all of us are lucky enough to get lucky enough to
marry the first girl we date.
And then he just says something like, just want to get it right the first time, or something like,
bro,
or something like, and he does in that really bad acting way that he's been doing. And then she rolls her eyes at him, and he goes, did you roll your eyes at me? In like a dead serious voice. And I'm kind of like, if I was watching this, I'm like, dude, does he fucking hit you? Because I feel like he might hit you. Do you need help? Blink twice if you need help. Because seriously, like, of all the other stupid shit, like the other stupid obvious shit, this, like, in real life, I saw, like, dude, I'm just gonna, like, slide a note here, and if you need help, just write, like, say yes, or give me some kind of signal, and we'll form an escape plan, because you might genuinely need help. And other parts are like, are you leaving me? Yes! Leave! Please go!
There is a part before they make up where she tells him off about, how instead of communicating with her about the news of her pregnancy and his feelings about it, he went running to his abuser, the character she calls Mrs. Robinson.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me.
Better movie.
Had to be done. Anyway, continue.
So she kind of gives him at first the passive-aggressive silent treatment, and then she yells at him and tells him that he needs to grow the fuck up.
Which he does. They're like, that was fair.
Yes.
And again, she's doing her fucking Dakota Fanning, like, not
Dakota Johnson.
I do that every fucking time, don't
Dakota Fanning is a blonde.
I know. I realized that after I said she was in the Twilight movies. That's why I'm thinking. Dakota Johnson.
There you go.
Is doing her best. She's not great, but she's doing her best because nobody can make this fucking material work.
No.
Nobody could. You have to find like someone incredibly charming to pull this shit off.
And
even then, it'd still be like, well, the script sucks, but at least he's good in it.
And even she had to have a few shots of alcohol to get through these scenes when they were filming.
You know, I just thought of somebody I'd rather be watching these movies, and it's kind of he's an older gentleman, but I feel like he can make these lines work better. Ian McShane.
That sounds familiar.
At least I think it's how his name. American Gods. John Wick 1 and 2.
Okay.
He has a very deep voice.
Deep voices can be sexy.
He was the villain in the first Kung Fu Panda movie.
Okay.
This guy.
Yeah.
Not in the sex scenes or anything like that, but just in the dumbass lines. If anyone could pull it off, I feel like it'd be Ian McShane.
So just dub over.
Pretty much, yeah.
Jamie Dorn's lines.
Pretty much, yeah. You get that would make that work a lot better, honestly. Because he would have a like nonchalant, like I could not give less of a shit about some of these lines kind of feel to it, which would kind of ironically make it work better. Because, darling, I'm 50 Shades of fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, that at least would make it more entertaining.
It would. Like, some goddamn charm would be nice in this fucking movie. Or even, like, I don't know, I'd even take David Tennant.
Oh, God, yes.
Because he's a man of honor. Yeah, I'm working my way through the David Tennant series. I'm almost in the end of the first series with him.
Skip Love and Monsters and Voyage of the Damned.
Which one was Love and Monsters?
The one off Dr. Light episode that ends with an oral sex joke reference.
I actually like that episode.
It's one of the worst in Who history.
I thought the people were charming.
Okay.
I didn't think the monster was good, but I like the people.
Well, the monster was designed by a kid. It was part of a contest.
Well, it's like I see that, but it's like I don't know. I kind of liked it.
Okay.
You have your opinion. I have mine.
Fair enough.
But anyway,
I was trying to help you out.
I thought it was fine.
Okay.
I was fine with it. But anyway, apparently I'm in the minority on that one. You're judging me so hard right now, aren't you?
I'm genuinely surprised how you like that piece of shit.
I think it was that. I thought the people were entertaining.
Okay.
Whatever. You like what you like.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I can't think of any fucking thing else to talk about this movie. You got anything else?
You're a man of honor. That's all I got.
Should we even bother going over trailers, or should we just wrap this up?
What time is it?
It's like 1:22. Yeah, you gotta go be somewhere, so probably wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. We got a ton of trailers. There was one trailer that I think pissed us both off.
Book club.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it was like that shameless like promotion for the 50 Shade Grey books.
Yeah.
Where that's all it is. Like it's free to discover 50 Shades of Grey and have old people sex. That's really the entire concept of the movie. And
That's
it's
it.
like, this book is nasty. And it's like, if the movies are anything to go by, not really.
Nope. Nope.
I've read erotic fan fiction that's more erotic than anything for the 50 Shades book.
Although, according to the cashier I spoke to briefly very early this morning, the movies deviate from the books quite a bit.
That's probably for the best.
Probably.
Although, if they ever put it back in the monologue, like the inner monologue, that would have been great. That's like the one thing I would like to see added, if anything. Just have them played by Gilbert Godfrey.
That would be hilarious.
My inner goddess was on fire.
Wow.
There actually is a video of him reading some parts from 50 Shades of Grey.
Nice.
It's kind of great.
I'll have to check that out.
All right.
Sounds more entertaining than this, but
Oh yeah,
we're done.
we're done.
No more.
It's over. So next week we got Black Panther.
Which
We both already seen that.
Yes.
So and that's gonna be a fun one to talk about.
yes.
That's much fun, this one. And then 1570 to Paris, if anyone really wants me to go see that. I've heard it's worse than this from some people, so we'll see.
And you said this had an 11% on the tomato meter?
Yeah. And then we got the Claymation movie that came out this weekend, too. And Samson. I want to make time to go see Samson just because I'm curious. It's been a while since I've seen a really bad Bible movie.
Now that you've told me about it, I'm a bit curious myself.
Right? Like, I saw the poster, like, this looks dumb. I can't wait.
But does it have a lightning penis sword in it?
It better.
That's a reference to season 2.
Yeah, I know. Legend of Hercules, bringing that one back. Just saw us. Samson, God, help me. Give me the strength of my glowing locks. So anyway, that's later on next week. So thank you guys for watching.
Thanks.
Bye.